on this Akhier, and we've got some more Faeria. I'm going to play a little bit of Pandora practice, because that's a very conveniently sized chunk of Pandora. Multiplayer. Someone commented I'm not exactly doing the best at drafting my cards. Truth. I must admit, I have not been trying too hard in crafting my decks. I might not do so well this time either, depending on what I see. I think I'm just gonna go for the siege engine because none of these are really anything I care about. Well, there's a fire elemental. I guess we're going to go red. Got a fire elemental. Whenever an enemy dies, gain some. Or a kobold barracks. Adjacent friendly creatures have +2/+0. I'm going for the blood fire wisp. These guys and an underground boss, a 3/5 with combat gain 2. I'm going for this one because I really like its combat ability. It's not exactly the best stat-wise, but that should more than make up for it. Here we do not have a red card. At this point we could choose to go for multiple colors. For instance, there's Humbling Vision here. That is a relatively decent thing to have. I am thinking, though... you know what? Let's go with Cutthroat Bandit. It's got the whole higher attack than defense, and there's some red cards that like that. Taunt, which red is not exactly well known for. Currently, these are all kind of high cost. I don't have a lot of 3-costers. So with that in mind, I'm going to be choosing the Underground Brigand. Once again, it has an ability I like, but that's besides the point. I do not have a structure. In fact, I've gone away from doing the structure, so obviously not this. And the Fire Silk Fairy, I do not have events either, which is a bit of a thing. Oh, that's cute. I do not want it, but it's cute. I'm more likely to get events that I want than I am... Oh wow, we've got a lot of things here. Of course, there's the Kobold Warlord. That's a relatively nice effect. I could get a second underground boss. Hateseed. This is one of those higher attack than whatever that I was talking about, but oddly enough, that I'm looking at it, we don't have that many of those, despite it being kind of a red thing. So I'm actually going to go with Flame Spitter because that's a really nice ability, and overall, it'll work out. I'm going to go for the Flame Burst because having a little bit of burst damage is not bad. And also we have the Flame Silk Fairy, which we didn't have an event until then, and it's always nice to have an event for that kind of stuff. Here we have the choice of 3 cards. Ionia's Mirror, which depends on your opponent playing something, and that's something being worthwhile. The Jin's Lamp, which is 3 random cards of a color, but they cost 3 less. Really nice, and it's cheap. And then Doom Scythe. Honestly, between these two, I have it about even. This one just has Destroy and Summon. This one gets 3 random things. If one of them was costing more than 6, that would be a difference, but since neither of them do, it's more up to personal opinion on this point. Looking at my deck, I have enough options for damage and stuff. Well, not enough, but I have options for damage and... maybe I do want to actually... Yeah, actually, I'm going to go with Doom Scythe. I don't have any really hard kind of thing. Right here, we could technically get the Underground Brigand again. On the other hand, I'm going for this because it gives another friendly creature charge 3 for the turn, and that is highly useful to have. we've got a Firebomb, which I could grab, or a Fire Elemental, which I've admitted to loving in the past, and I love it now as well. Sort of just one of the things that I really do like. Court Jester or Outland Ranger. The other ones I don't care about. Especially since Oasis Explorer doesn't have any of my killer stuff with it. Overall, you're going to get a lot of worth out of this one. Because if you're just looking at straight stats, this is just 2 attack more, whereas this is 3 attack on itself, plus 1 more on something else. On the other hand, this has Taunt. We don't have a lot of Taunt going around, so I'm actually going to go with the Court Jester. Now here's the thing. Falcon Dive or Flame Spitter. This is cheap and deals 1 damage. It's about a straight thing for me, but I'm going to go with Flame Spitter because it gets a guy on the board. And that would be good early game. Now, I'm tempted by that Barbarian Orb because we do not have many things that are big. It would be nice to have just something big and meaty to drop on the board. Also, we've currently only got 2 most, so I don't really need a lot of things like the Fire Elementals. The Underground Brigand is not really necessary. I'm going to go for this. It's going to affect our average a bit, but that happens. Here's another one. We could go for another high-cost card, a 6/9 Taunt, which that will be the 3rd Taunt, and I can never taunt. I normally could never turn something like that down, but we also have this, which is another Taunter, but it's a structure. And its ability is just on every production cycle, deal 2 damage to adjacent enemy creatures. It's useful because anything that gets next to it, unless it gets killed, will be next to it on your turn because of Taunt. On the other hand, this is a 6/9. The problem is it costs a lot. Luckily, this is Pandora, so at the end game you just need to end up saving 2, or even just 1, and then on the next turn you'd be able to play it. So I'm going to grab that, just because of that reason. Okay, now here we go. We've got a 2/2 protection, a 6/10 that costs 9. We're getting a little bit more on the high-end cost card, so I really want to keep down. I'm going to go with the Firebomb. That way we can get some good just ability to take something out. Ground Shaker. That's the only red one. There's a Mere Phantasm. It's a little late in the game, but Splashing Blue. If it was a cheap card, like if it was a Frogify, there's a chance I might have considered that. But as it is, I'm going with Ground Shaker. Not much else to say about that. Another Underground Boss, I could always grab that. Hate Seed, and Rebel Glider, which is actually what I'm going to get because it's Flying Dash 2, which means you can play it really aggressively in the early game. Once again, Hate Seed, not my kind of thing. I'm going with the Freedom Fighter. There's a Healing Song, which is nice, and it draws a card and a Walking Fortress, but the haste is just very convenient. Okay, here's... oh, Hammer Destruction. Flying, charge 3, 6, 6. That's nice! Deal 3 damage or deal 3 damage to everything. That's actually... actually, now I'm looking at it, maybe? Yeah, I'm going with this. This is really nice. And honestly, in any other kind of deck, like any kind of constructed, this is something I totally have, and then I just stuff my deck full of draws. But this, it's only used once, and it does hit your own stuff when you do to everything. It's a bit of a thing. Not this one. I'm gonna... The Hammer Destruction just does not deal enough damage to give it over the Flame Burst Ruby. So we're going with that. At least with my current deck. Firebringer. It's gain +1/+1 whenever you summon a creature with higher attack than life, while in your deck or hand. So this is just something that generally sits around and does its thing. No. You're getting... Oh, there's 2. Yeah, you're kind of getting what I'm kind of saying here. No, we're not really flush with those. And this one is just combat. Give the next combat creature you summon +1/+1. And we've got a few combat creatures in here. There's the Underground Brigand. There, or maybe I don't have as much as I thought. Oop. There's the Grimguard, Underground Boss. So that's 3. And it's just give the next one. And that's a combat ability. So yeah, we're gonna take that. Okay, here we go. We've got choice between these things here. Campfire's actually tempting at this moment, because we've got a bunch of things, but we don't really have any small, cheap items. Mostly everything's 3 or more. And the campfire is really useful. You can just buff something just enough to survive things. Flame Spitter is also tempting. I'm very partial to it. It's a good early game thing, and if your opponent plays something with 1 toughness, you can easily just throw this out and stop them from gathering Fairy. And of course there's a Firebomb, but we've already got one of those and some other damage dealing stuff. And Punishment. There's Punishment. I almost forgot to mention that one. 2 damage, or if neutral, 5. That's pretty good. But Flame Spitter is a creature I can throw on the floor. The field. Now here's a creature. Random card in your hand costs 7 less. Costs 7 to summon, so technically you could basically get it for no cost, because something else in your hand is suddenly 7 less. On the other hand, it could be, I don't know, the Flame Burst Ruby in your hand that suddenly costs nothing. That's cute. It's a 3/4, which isn't bad. I'm going to go with the Imperial Guard, just to keep my, the lower end stuff happy. Derelict Tower. Boulder Thrower. It's a big cost card, but I am partial to that kind of stuff. You know what I wish? I wish they had the thing where it's like, instead of this thing down here, which is not really useful, it'd have the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to whatever plus, where it's just, this is how many of each of those costs you have. That would be more convenient than this thing. Okay. First of all, Famine. I'm not too partial to that. Master Swordsman is nifty. Derelict Tower. I actually do like it a lot, because it's not just 3 damage. It's 1 damage there, and 1 damage there, and 1 damage there. And it can be really convenient. Shedim's Pest, or Shedim Pest. I guess it's just no S on it. Now, I do not have enough of those things. Boulder Thrower and Derelict Tower, that's what it's between. Ranged, and when it attacks, it also damages each enemy adjacent to the target. That is a really powerful ability. I'm going to go with the Derelict Tower. First of all, it's cheap, and second of all, it lets me do a little more spot damage. This is really nice. I am not dual coloring, and it's way too late to start. Hellfire or Firestorm. This is not really the choice I want to be making. Hellfire is nice, but it's too random for something like this. Admittedly, it could be okay. I'm going with Firestorm because, Hellfire. You know what? I'm grabbing Hellfire. It deals 9 damage randomly spent among enemies, which means the enemy as well. So if you can clear the board and drop this, that's 9 to the face. That's pretty good. At least I assume that's what it is? Maybe? Now we've got Longhorned Yak or Underground Boss. The Barbarian Org, once again, I think we have one of those already. Yeah. but not really. And the Red Devil. I actually am partial to Red Devil because it gives you 5 back. It's just like you must have at least this much to start with. You get some back. It's a 6/4. On the other hand, this has a really nifty ability that pumps something that's going to come later on. And this is another combat creature, which we had that, what was it? It was one of the cheap ones, I think. Herald of War. We've got a Herald of War, which means any combat creature is a good creature. Especially one of these, since it gains me. I'm going to go with that. Maybe not the best far as my cost balance is going, but it's what I've got. And then Bold Bargainer, Barbarian Org, or Imperial Guard. Imperial Guard. Yeah, not much of a choice. Your opponent has 10 or less life, gain +2/+2. This is a really nice card for late game. Not early game, but late game. But I am really worrying about how much high-cost cards are, because we've got 4.3 for the average. That's a bit up there. Even just at its cost, grab it. Maybe won't be the best thing, but it'll be a thing. We've got Bloodsinger or Gift of Steel. There's a Firebomb. We've got one of those already. We're okay. We don't need another. And there's Blue, which, whatever. Gift of Steel. We have a good number of combat creatures. And if we could throw this on like the Herald of War, that would be very convenient. The Bloodsinger, you know what? We don't have enough damage dealing to go with Bloodsinger. Let's go with Gift of Steel. Gift of Steel. Bloodstone Sprite. I actually don't like it. The Hunted Outlaw, I also don't like its Last Words ability. Yeah, if it wasn't Pandora, it's a decent card, but it is, so I'll grab it. And then the final choice here, we've got Drum, which just gives all creatures +2/+2 wherever they are. That's okay. Yakhorn Warhorn, nice. And then Equinox Automaton. You gain 6 life, and Last Words deal 6 to your opponent. That's really good. But I must admit, 3 Angry Yaks is pretty nice. Yeah, let's go aggressive. And there we go. And that took a lot longer. We're almost 20 minutes in, which is really a big part of the reason why I've been just kind of a snap decision choosing what card I want. Obviously, if I wasn't vocalizing this, it could go a bit faster, but if I don't vocalize it, you don't know why I choose stuff. Oh wow, that looks weird. Okay, there we go. It was just paused for a moment there for some reason. Okay. Obviously, we do not want Hellfire, Freedom Fighter. I'm going to keep the Imperial Guard just because I want to make sure we have something with play. Okay, we've got a Flame Silk Fairy. I want to get that out on the field as quickly as I can, but I cannot play it this turn. In fact, the only one that we have currently that we can play is the Imperial Guard, meaning that that is the one that we will be playing, just because we do not want to fall behind on the prairies. Or on the words. On the ferry. And while I did put this out here, my plan, depending on what he does, is I want to head up this way. Nah, it looks like he's going this way. Maybe I do want to continue over here. Oh, I didn't check to make sure that all the things were how I thought they would be. Anyway, we can just throw that there, and this fairy is flying, so we're going to be fine. And then we can continue on this way. shut up, phone. Yes, the ever-present friend, my cell phone. Okay, he's going that, and he's choosing a dual color setup. Aquatic jump. That could be annoying. And spell whirl. Spell whirl is really nice. Be interesting to see how many you could end up getting. Fly out there. And he's gonna stay back until we actually gotten the event draw. Now, what do we want to put out? If we put out the fire elemental, we can get the mountain there just automatically, and he can't block us out from it. So we'll go with that. We could technically put something else out, but I'd rather just save my mana at the moment. I'm really worried about the Flame Silk. Okay, he did that, and he's gonna kill that. Yeah. That's about what I was expecting there when I saw his Prophet of Tides come out. Let's move that out. What do we draw? He's got a lot of 1 health creatures on the field. Whenever an enemy dies... It's not bad. Let's draw a card. Derelict Tower. Okay, that decides what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw out Derelict Tower. Throw out that. Oh, wait, right. I can't do it twice, but that puts it on even there. I'm actually okay if he trades that. Though I will move this up and maybe he'll go for the Fire Elemental instead. Yeah, I derped there. It's something where you activate it once. I don't know why I was thinking you could activate it twice. That's my fault. But yeah. If he... I'm thinking he will trade it, because I do have this here. We'll see what he does. It is also... The Fire Elemental isn't the worst thing. If I hadn't drawn, what I could have done is a land there. But yeah, he's probably gonna trade it. He should, like, that is what he should do. Land there. He might not. What are you doing? Okay, yeah, you do that. Okay, I have no clue what you're doing. I don't have a falcon thing, so it has to be one of the ping dudes. But I wouldn't mind that. Or that. That's fine. That's actually not going to help me. Let's draw a card. Flame Spitter. That's exactly what I needed to see. Okay. Actually, what do I want to do? Obviously that needs to die. I want that to die as well. That dies. That dies. That dies. Yeah, that happened. Whatever. It's actually really nice for me. Then we still got this thing hanging out. One more ping on it. And this is why I chose this over the other thing that I had the option of grabbing. So what is your response? You are gonna throw out... Okay, that dude. 3 damage. We can just kill him with our person. It's not a problem. Move the flame spitter up. Yeah, we can just kill him with this. Let's see what it does. I didn't draw, so I'm not gonna... Let's just get a bit of nonsense going on over here. Let's see what he does. We're actually in the range that if he plays a creature and I draw that 7 cost, deal 9 randomly, and I'm able to kill the creature with my other stuff, it could be game. Okay, he's played a taunt. We've got this and the flame spitter, so we can take care of that. We could have game. Or, obviously, this is completely based on luck of the draw. Heart of the cards. Heart of the cards. Wow, heart of the cards. Bam. This is what happens when you actually play properly. Heart of the cards. Heart of the cards, yeah. That was a complete luck draw. Admittedly, it was very likely that I would still do relatively well in the game. Because I still would have been able to kill that creature. I still would have been able to get up in his face and deal 13 damage. Which very much puts me ahead of the game. And likely, that's a question. No, I wouldn't have drawn. I'm pretty sure that center spot was still open, so I would have put a mountain there so I could throw stuff down next to his next to his. What is this place called? I was about to call it Capital, but it's not a capital. Once again, we've got the Imperial Guard as the only thing to keep. Grimguard, Court Jester, and Imperial Guard. It looks like we will be going with the Imperial Guard start. It's not a bad start. Court Jester isn't bad. Yeah, let's go with Court Jester. We'll throw it out there. It's a little sad not having the... And it pumped that. Okay, cool. And that's the gift. I was half hoping it'd be on the Grimguard because that would be a really nice thing to have, but, well, it's life. You can always get everything you want. Okay, he put it in the middle, and he didn't use his thing. That's interesting. No, I don't want that. Just end the turn. What are you doing? Yeah, this isn't the flying dude. Good thing I looked at it instead of just playing it. Go me. Okay, he's doing his prairie. And he played Bloodfire Wisp. That's cool. It won me the game last time. I have it in my hand as well, which is... I'm okay with that. Okay, that decides my plan. We're rushing over there. And I will put the Bloodfire Wisp out. And next turn... Yeah, he didn't put it there, so... Depends on what he plays. That's a thing. I hope I draw some damage then. That's not damage. Draw some damage. That is also not some damage. This could end up being bad. I have no reason to play that. Yep. Huh. Oh, he's weird. I do not know what he's doing with that. Another shard. Get a flame spitter. That's good. Throw that there. Flame spitter that. I'm gonna move that back down. We do not need that there. That is not a needed thing. Oh, once again, I didn't check to see if I had any, I haven't seen any Highland required things, so it's probably not likely. Ah, dang nabbit. Yeah, that's a thing. Ugh. We're gonna lose. Well, and then Imperial Guard. That would make it so I don't lose right away. But if I put that there, that could actually... Okay. So we're gonna go with this guy for the haste, where we can just right away kill that. This one thing gets bigger, but I can't help that. And we'll put that up there. See what he decides to do. Okay, he does go for that. Gives me some health. Oh, apparently he's dual color, because I wasn't having a hard enough time with just his red cards. Ground Shaker isn't gonna do much for me, but it's gonna do more than nothing. I'm gonna throw that there. Ground Shaker. There we go. I don't think I'm out of the game, I just think I'm having a really hard time. Ground Shaker hitting the Ancient Herald, he would lose it and I'd still have the Ground Shaker. There we go. Probably has some kind of ping, or else he most likely wouldn't do that. Yep, he's got his own Ground Shaker. That hurts. At least I only have one creature out. Fire Elemental? Yes. No. What we're putting out is the Blood Sprite, or Bloodstone Sprite, and we're getting some sweet, sweet fairy. Oh, dang it. Yeah. This is not looking good for me. Like, the best thing that could happen is if Pandora happens, and then I get the Scythe. Hey, Pandora. Are we going to have a thing where I say something and it happens? Because I can get behind that. Nope. Hellfire. I'm actually going to drop the Hellfire. Okay, that put everything in a more manageable position. Oh, dang it, he gets to have a spot right next to my base. Oh, I'm dead. I guess it's not a guaranteed thing, it's just very likely at this point. Depend on what I draw. No, I don't want to waste any of our time. Doom Scythe wouldn't have saved me anyway. It would have been nice last turn, though. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. Into the next match. It could either be over, or it could continue on for more. It'd be ironic if the first time when I really seriously build a deck, and mind you, I probably didn't do the best time building the deck anyway, because while I did say, like, I've done drafting before, it's been a while ago. And already I'm back down, like, oh, I'm no good at it, oh, what was... But, like, seriously, how many years has it been? God, I love drafting in Magic the Gathering. I was never actually that good at it, so neither here nor there. None of these are good starters. Just redraw them all. Okay, we've got Imperial Guard. Whatever. Like, that is apparently my go-to starter card at the moment. I'm okay with that, but it's weird. Imperial Guard. And then next turn, Prairie, well, depending on what he does. Prairie, and then Mountain. Mountain and Bloodstone Sprite. Interesting. And he didn't use his one thing. It's actually half worrying. Oh, well, one of the upsides of the low land requirements on my cards is I can very much just play them wherever I want. I should have put the prairie here. That's my fault. I'm not used to doing this. But yeah, I should have put the prairie here so I could have a setup there. But I didn't. So we'll just live with it. Oh, it looks like he might be putting something there, so... Or there. Whatever. What do you play? Okay, he prairied there. That's really inconvenient. Really inconvenient. So what are you doing? You've got all the fairy. And you're doing nothing. End turn. We'll see what you do about that. The next thing I'm probably going to do is, depending on where he puts lands, just streak over to over here. What are you doing? What will you play? Okay, you put a desert there. Fair enough. And production deal damage to itself. And there's a range, dude. And it's gain +1/+0 during that turn. It's somewhat inconvenient, but... Oop. Poked ya. put down that there, and the Brigand. Because I want the Windstorm Archer dead, and so would the Shaitan Demon. Shouldn't have it damaged itself? When does production happen? Yeah, you took out that guy. Congratulations. Yeah, it started a turn. Why is that still alive? Alright, you did that. Congratulations. And yak attack. Luckily they're only 2/2s and not 2/4s like you get from the fancy artifact. And what are you going to focus on? Okay, you're taking out that so your dude can get a shot at me. But that also means that I'll kill your dude on my turn, because that is a high priority target. Freedom Fighter. That's nice. That's really nice. Take out the yak. Freedom Fighter here. And move over. There we go. That way he can't actually kill it with the Shaitan Demon. Oh, it's whenever someone gets any fairy from the well. It's actually a lot better than I thought. Come on, show me. No, it's whenever you harvest from an opponent's well. Why did he just take damage from that? That's weird. Oh! Okay, I'm an idiot. It's 2 damage to yourself. It's not 2 damage to the demon. Okay. Then yeah, that can sit around all it wants. It's a lot better than taking damage from the well. Huh. Yeah, it is to yourself and not to the demon. And draining 2 life. That's fine. And the demon's dead. Depending, I'm probably just gonna throw... Yeah, it really does depend. What do I draw? Shard. First one. It's actually kind of easy. We'll just encapsulate him there. And yeah, this really nice ability is just whenever this creature attacks, it gains +1/+0 afterwards. It's specifically not a combat ability because it's whenever it attacks, not whenever it does combat. So, only when you attack stuff and not when things attack it. An important distinction, which is why it's there, and isn't a keyword because it's not really keyword worthy. You have a lot of stuff that whenever it does combat, it'll happen, or stuff will happen, and this is more of a... Occasionally, maybe you'll have a creature that does it. Maybe in the future, if they have enough expansions, they'll end up with, like, yeah, I guess that'll be a thing. Like, in Magic the Gathering, there wasn't fear to start with. It was just specifically saying, cannot be blocked except by it can't be blocked by non-black, non-artifact creatures. And then they had fear. And then they've actually gotten a whole nother ability now, which is basically fear except whatever color it is and artifacts. So that's a thing. I'm not going to complain about it. Okay, he's broken out of the containment, I guess? It was technically a containment. I wasn't really trying to contain, but okay. Like, you want to do that? I'm okay with that. I'm going to attack because that's basically the best thing to do with it. I'm actually very tempted to just throw down a mountain and get that out there. Actually might be the best choice right now. Because we can't afford that, so there. We'll use this to put a mountain up there. I'm a little low on Faeria at the moment, but that's gonna happen. We'll see what he decides to do. It is flying, but it does not have flying creatures summoned adjacent to this game, dash, and flying. Or friendly. Friendly, okay. I should be fine. Should be. That is an annoying build. He definitely needs to die. For instance, I'm glad he played this, because otherwise he could put a land here, play it there, and then voom, voom. Yeah. Yeah, I do not need that. That would not be fun. I'm actually going to start walking my blood sprite forward, depending on what happens. Okay, he's moved back to grab Fairy. What are you going to do? Okay, you're going to safeguard. Does safeguard cost? Or wait. You draw free safeguard, so it's going to be free. So what are you going to do? What are you safeguarding? Are you safeguarding it? Because that would be what I'd do. Yep, and you're probably moving it. Yes. Yeah. That's what I expected. Come on, ping. That's not ping. Draw a card. That is also not ping. Oh, I guess we're going to put out another fire elemental. And mountain. That works. Okay, we've almost awoken Pandora. It'd be funny to hit Scythe and just cut the Mistral Guide. I wouldn't, because that is not a very good trade there, but that is a thing. Okay, you're putting something down there. You're getting a haste, dude. And there that is. That breaks. What do I draw? Whenever an enemy dies. That's very nice. We can have quite a few creatures die this turn, actually. Quite a few. Yep, and that's a threat on the field, and we'll get some extra fairy. You can't even kill it with Mistral Guide. And he forfeited. I'm okay with that. We got 100 for level up and 30. I even seen not 30. Okay, this will be the last match, which means we're probably going to go up over an hour. I've mostly been trying to keep these practice Pandoras to an hour, but whatever. Huh. I do have to wonder if I'm being horribly misinformative. It's really one of the reasons why I don't like talking so much about the direct strategy of games like this, because I know I'm definitely nowhere near good enough in a lot of them to actually talk authoritatively, though admittedly I do know a good bit about card games, so I might not be as far off my rocker as I could be. See? That's a thing. That was a misplay. It's supposed to be there. Okay, farm boy, whatever. Put that there. Flame spitter, pop in the seedling. Yes, let that be a lesson to you all. Let things fully summon, and then try to click their things. What do you summon? That? Okay. I'm okay with that. That's fine. What do I draw? Draw a shard. Getting shards early. Underground boss. Okay. I'm not gonna give him a chance to do anything with that. Well, it's a good thing I'm playing this on camera, because there's a 50-50 chance that when I do something like that, I just, especially this early on, I just go and like, nope. Nope out of there, surrendering. Oh, you are a thing. By a thing, I mean, that can go there. Congratulations. Though it is green, so he could have pump. Oh, wow, yeah, that, wow, Good thing he used all his Faeria. Oh, Hellfire. I do not have enough mana for that, but that is a card. It's all the more reason why I don't want to kill that. Yeah, let's just end turn, see what he does. Yeah. Seeing the kind of card that the Bloom Sprite is, I definitely don't see a giant pump happening, but that would be interesting. Oh, he's choosing to go that direction. More aggressive placement than what I normally do. He's now got 5. Like, at this point, I will definitely be knocking out the Bloom Sprite just so I have a better chance of popping it. Nope. That's a shame. We'll go up here to try to force him to do something about that last open spot. If not, I'll gladly take it, but that's sort of just a thing. And another shard, and another shard. Double shards. That happens way too often for some reason. Like, you'd think it wouldn't happen as much as it does. and he is in turn threatening, I'm actually okay with that. Go ahead. Do that. What else are you playing? That wasn't a zero-cost farm boy. Or, it's not green, so it wouldn't be able to be done like that, but yeah. There it is. There's the chieftain. And a seedling. Huh. Prairie, prairie. Au contrary. Let's get the Imperial Guard there. The possessed Ursa is a bit of a thing. Oh, dang nabbit. I can just go down to fire. Fire. Oh, thank goodness he's not buffing the... Oh, never mind. That's worse. There's dealt damage, meaning my flame burst would totally screw me over right now. I'm not gonna give him a chance to do anything fancy there. This is also another situation where I would likely end up just surrendering. But maybe I shouldn't have attacked it. Anyway. Oh, dang nabbit. Yeah, that's pretty bad for me. Huh. Ow. I need something or else I'm dead. Let's see what we get. We get a flame spitter. Yes. Surrender. And sadly, we did not manage to get 3 wins. There we go. We get nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. But hey, we managed to do it in under an hour. I would have rather went a longer time and won, but it's just how life does it sometimes. Anyway, we did lose, so feeling a little sad, I'm gonna go open a chest. I have been playing Pandora before, so I had a chest already prepared. We have 3 of that already, no matter what, it's getting rerolled. And I had 1 of that. There we go. Nothing too exciting here, but you know, having more of these is nice. And this is Lake Desert. I think that has a decent thing in it. It's multicolored. Anyway, links will be in the description, both for the game and the playlist where all my Faeria videos are. Along with that, I'm Akhier, and I'm signing off.